This week's show is sponsored by printbymagic.com. We print directly to your bicycle playing cards. Hello folks and welcome to the Magic World Review Show. I am James Anthony and here today I will be reviewing two products. What will they be? They will be the Blomberg Laboratories by ANDI GLADWIN, Tom Blomberg. It's going to be an epic bit of information on that. And also Change by Ellusionist. Change, Tom Barnes. I can't even speak today. Lloyd Barnes. So it's going to be a fun, interesting review today. So let's move on. Let's move on to review number one. Let's go straight into Change. Let's see the video, I think, is what we need before we start this review. Let's see Change now! Alright, now that you've watched that trailer on Change, I know that you are dying to know what I think about it, or how we review it. Not necessarily how I think, because how I think might be very different to how someone else thinks. But I will do my best to give this an honest review, the way I think, whether I think you should get it or not, and the way I'd say, first of all, definitely get it. Without question, buy this trick. Check it out, it is a very good trick. This is one that's not even on our website, it's on Ellusionist. So I would say definitely buy it because there's plenty of things and opportunities and ways that you could mess around with this trick. And I think from what I've looked at, the coin trick alone is probably worth it. I like the coin one. It does come with 5 tricks, 5 visual miracles that will change your life. Wow, now that is a statement. Do I believe that statement? It will not change your life. I'm sorry to say it will not change your life. However, it might change a few of your tricks and the way you do a couple of things. Without going too much into the details, the principle in which the way that it's put together is nothing new. It's just new the way it's been placed into a trick. Because when I was a kid we had certain things similar. But this works well as a magic trick. Now, in fact, I've got to be really careful how I say things so that I don't give away too much at the same time. So this trick, I would say, it comes with 5 visual miracles. I've tried one of them today. Well, I've tried all of them, but I've tried one of them on a customer who came in. He was at least 2 foot away, so I'm going to give the negative side first. He was at least about a metre and a half away, and I got the angle right, which is hard. Angles are very, very hard in this trick. But I got the angle right to a certain extent. However, I said, did it look visual to me? That's what he said to me, and that was from a good metre and a half away. Now, Granted, when I was performing this, it was in really bright lights. Now, of course, there is no... You will see it when you get the trick, exactly how it works. I can't divulge any of that. I can't talk about it. However, you know, it's... of course it changes. Of course, there's a special cards that are included. You get 5 of the gimmicks, and they each do different tricks. Now, if he said that in that light, it got me thinking, I've got to really work on how I'm going to perform this in the real world. So, in the real world, I found that... if it's darker lights, darker situation, so not lights like this would be crazy, but if the lights are quite dark, it's in a bar, there's not too many bouncing lights going around, I think this would work very well. I messed around with the headphones going through the card, and when I see it myself, it does look truly magical. However, you have to get the angles absolutely perfect. And what is perfect for you might not be perfect for the person who's watching the trick. So, if you're doing this to somebody, even I had somebody stood right here, the head was here, and I got him to look at the cards. And as he was looking at that card, he was seeing something different to me, and we're only this far away from each other. Now, I know they go into details of how to hold the cards and things, but I don't really see enough demos, I don't think, in the real-world situations, in bars and places. I want to see this being performed, because you certainly can't do it surrounded. Everybody's going to see a different trick. So first of all, this is a great trick if it's going to be for cameras, for filmmaking, for your promo, turning a blue card into a red card. Wow, it is truly magical. It looks like real magic. When the cord melts through, again, it looks like real magic. But what I'm saying is you have to be careful with the lights, you have to be careful with where you're performing it, and of course, extremely careful with the angles. The one with the cord going through the card is probably the most angular one. He says it's easy to pick up, but it's not easy to get somebody else to see it exactly as you want to see it, because what they're looking at from that side is going to be different from what you're seeing at this side. So it's very finicky, it's very angly, and that's the main drawback to this trick. But apart from that, with practice and with the work, you will create miracles. Having a silver coin in your hand, give it a little shake, and now it turns into a copper coin. And he goes through quite a lot of handling of changing the coins and moving coins around and how to go through the details. However, it does look like it's magic. The only downside, I wish that it had been produced in a perfect circle rather than having to do it yourself. But on top of that, aside of that, it is good. The one I found most use for, and if this stays in right now, it stays in for a reason. If I've edited it out for any reason, then I apologise. We're just going to skip past this, because I've got to be very careful about not disclosing anything to you guys. But being a hypnotist, if I was to talk about the way the eyes and perceptions and the way we see the world around us, and if I come up here, if you focus in, look into my eyes, then look into the card, notice as you switch between the two, your eyes will begin to change focus, and you'll see something like a blurriness occurring. But just watch though, as that blurriness kind of changes right back, it just disappears slowly, and you're back to reality, feeling great, wonderful in every way. There's plenty of ways. That's just a small example on how you could potentially use this as a convincer, being a hypnotist. So that was actually my favourite card of the lot, the blurry King of Spades, and I could definitely be using that out on the street while doing a bit of street hypnosis, or stage show legally, of course, but while doing all that kind of thing, definitely recommend that one. Now, I'm sure you've seen all the other ones on the trailer. We've got the one with the angels like jumping from one side of the card to the other. I had to think about that in my head. The one where they're jumping. To me, again, you have to do this from a little bit further away than I would like. So by doing this, to me, it looked a bit obvious. So that is not one of my favourite ones. I think you could get away with it from a fair distance. I'm just doing it to myself right now, just seeing from a further away distance. But then you've got the problem that it doesn't... I know it's a layperson, it doesn't quite look like a normal playing card. It's close, but not close enough, I'm afraid. So I think you've got to be, again, very careful with where you're performing it, darker situations. If it was a darker room here, that would work very well. So that is all I can give on this trick. You've seen the trailers, you can do what it doesn't do on the trailers, but the angles are extremely difficult, and I would probably myself only use this in a video promo to make myself look cool, because I need that kind of stuff to make me look cool. That dynamo changing of colours from red to blue, and boom, things going through the cards. Then, if that's what your aim is, I would definitely get it. If I was doing a walk around at a wedding, a corporate event, unless it was a dark bar room, like at the end of the night when there's only 1 or 2 people around you, or one person here, you're showing them a quick trick, I probably would leave it in my close-up case. So here we go. I've given a review, I've done it as quick as we can, and that is Change by Ellusionist and Lloyd Barnes. That one retails at $29 and plus shipping, and you can get this directly from America from Ellusionist, but they are sold out at the moment. They're sold out at the moment, but hopefully this will give you an idea as to whether it's going to be for you or for not. When you do certain sleights of hand with these cards, they are a lot thicker, so that's probably the only thing I would say. So yeah, that is Change, $29 from Ellusionist.com, and plus shipping, of course. We do not sell this, I'm afraid, but I hope you like the review. We've been as honest as we can about it, and will it change your life forever? No, but is it clever, and is it unusual, and is it different? Definitely, without question. That one, we're going to give it a rating. So, out of 10, I'm going to give Change, I'm going to give it a 6.5, because I couldn't really do it in my walk-around situations as easily as I would like, so this is totally personal to me, but I also think 6.5 is a good 6.5. It's close to a 7, it's a good trick, it's clever, it's different, so I definitely recommend giving it a try. Let's move on now to the Blomberg Laboratories. Whoa! What a cool book this is! This is amazing. It got me so excited, and not just because I sold a lot of them on our website, but this one got me excited and loads of people across the internet. This is a book by Tom Blomberg. It is by ANDI GLADWIN, Vanishing Ink and everything else, and it is truly amazing. It really is amazing. The book is... Let's just cut to the trailer, shall we?
After 4 years in the making, I am proud to present my brand new book, Blomberg Laboratories. Now, this book contains the magic of Thomas Blomberg. If you don't know Thomas, he's a Swedish magician and magic creator. And I would say, truly, I believe he's a genius. Now, genius is a word that's bounded about all over the place. It's not often meant in the truest sense of the word, but I truly believe that Thomas is a genius. His background is in image processing, and he writes programs all to do with images, and that explains why the illustrations in this book are some of the nicest illustrations I've seen, because they weren't illustrated by a human as such, they were illustrated by a computer program that Thomas wrote. It's mind-boggling. Even as someone who used to be a computer programmer, I have no idea how he does these things. So I would divide Thomas's magic into 3 distinct styles. The first style is what I would consider worker magic, to use Michael Close's term. I'd say about 1/3 of the book contains tricks that you could perform in a walk-around situation or in a close-up gig, that kind of thing. That ranges from one of the cleanest bill switches I've ever seen, because Thomas, like everything, takes in a completely different angle to how everybody else does bill switches, to a spoon bend, where you put a spoon in a cup, it bends itself when you're nowhere near it, to a rubber band routine, many other things, including card tricks that are really workable tricks. One section in particular you might enjoy is Thomas's famous TB spread double lift. This is the way that many of the world's card magic experts do a spread double lift. That's in the book, along with a load of tricks using that move. So that's the first section, the workable card magic. The second stuff is perhaps the stuff that Thomas is most well known for. That's the mathematical magic. Thomas has a very clever mind, and the math tricks in here are really unique because they don't feel like mathematic tricks. So for example, if you've explored the Gilbreth principle, then this takes it to a whole new level. Thomas has added an extra element to that principle, so he can do many tricks, not just card tricks, but tricks using photographs, where not only does he know that there's a young boy in a photograph that somebody's looking at from a shuffled pile, he also knows what hair colour he has, and he knows that he's smiling or frowning, and that's just all using his new addition to the Gil-Braier principle. Also on that same method, he has a smash and stab routine where you have pins covered up on the table and you either smash them or you don't, because they're either dangerous or not dangerous. And this trick is unique because, unlike all the other methods, this one uses your mind for real, because you're doing mathematic equations to work out what's under what little cup. So only do this if you really do have a mathematical mind. So that's the second section. We have the worker magic, we have the mathematical magic, and then finally, just the clever magic. Thomas is one of the most clever creators I've ever come across. I'll give you an example. I'm going to explain a method to you from the book, but I think the method is perhaps cooler than the trick anyway, cooler than the effect. It's this. You take a deck, it's wrapped in a ribbon, and it's placed into a paper bag. And it's an any card, any number style trick, where the method is that the deck cuts itself as you remove the ribbon from the bag. As you're pulling it out, the deck is automatically cutting the right card to the right position in the deck. It's mind-boggling. I wish an audience could actually see the deck cut as it happens. So that is Thomas Blomberg's book, Blomberg Laboratories. It is a goldmine of material. There are 65 tricks in here in many different sections, and it contains some phenomenal magic. I hope you check it out. It's available in two styles. We have this hardbacked version that you see here. This is the standard edition, and then the deluxe edition is a leather-bound edition. It comes with a slipcase and props for about 10 of the tricks in the book. So check that out. It's signed and numbered by myself and Thomas with a lovely book plate. So I'm proud to bring this to you. Thanks for watching. This is Blomberg Laboratories. That's laboratories, not lavatories. That's a whole different thing.
Okay, we're back! That was a long trailer, I know. But it shows you exactly what the book is about. It saves me having to go through all the pages and show you how amazing all the illustrations are and how good this book is. And, of course, what value for money you get from this book. This book is $42.99 or $42.99. The price is on the website. You'll see it down here. And for that money, you know, you could buy 2 DVDs or you could get maybe 2 tricks. You're getting a load of tricks. I've not counted them all, but an absolute load. All the pages. How many pages have we got here? Right, goes right up to 303, 307, 375. No, sorry, 318, 327. Yeah, about 330 pages. So a true value for money. And the way I would say is, I've been learning a few of these effects and I really, really like them. Some of them are very easy to do, easy to perform, easy to pick up, and most importantly, very well written and very well illustrated. So from start to finish, you can see clearly it says setup, there's handling, what needs to be done. It gives you a synopsis of the trick in different fonts as well. Everything's laid out in a way that will allow you to easily learn the tricks and not get mixed up between what page is which, where the pages are, and what you're doing. So for someone who is not used to reading a book and learning magic, which I know nowadays, books, who reads books? But going by the sales of this, quite a lot of you, and you've actually surprised me how many people still read books when you bought this, because it is set out really well. If you're intermediate sort of thing, you'll be able to start understanding this book. If you've always read magic books, you'll be able to get this down. I'd say also late beginners to intermediate, you'd easily be able to follow this book. It's got everything you need for advanced magicians as well. Anyone aspiring, the amateurs right through to professionals. The diagrams are really cleverly done, as Andy Gladwin says on his promo, and I can't big it up enough, this book. It is fabulous. So I am going to give this book a rating out of 10. And it's very difficult to give this book anything else but a 9.5. What? Yes, a 9.5. Because nothing is ever quite 10, you know, but I was very close to giving it a 10. It is really good value for money, and I'd highly recommend it. And if you've not read books before, I'd certainly say surprise yourself. get one of these. You'll be amazed at what you can get by delving into books, old books, and learning a lot of tricks. So definitely recommended. The price of this book is $42.99, and it's available on the site down here now. So that is fantastic. Go get it now. Now, you could just tell I was thinking about what was coming next. Okay, I've done just about literally last minute, I'm going to throw in a random review, but this review is not going to be a video review, it is a written review, because I was asked last week to review the Jekyll and Hyde book test. Now, we weren't sure if we could fit it in this week. The trouble is, Daniel Meadows is the mentalist guy here at Magic World. He knows a lot more than me about mentalism, so I passed him the books and I let him write a review. So Daniel Meadows has written a review for the Jekyll and Hyde book test. The links are here. And if you'd like to see that review, then you can read it in the Show More section now. Jekyll and Hyde book test is down there. I'm not going to... Do I spoil and tell you what it actually got? Or do I not? I don't know. If it flashes up on the screen, it means that I have decided to put the rating in. If it doesn't, then it means I haven't. Simple as that. However, it's in there. Just click on the link and you can read a really, really in-depth view and a non-biased view. Because, of course, Daniel Meadows brought out Infamous, which is one of our tricks, a book test. So we had to make sure that it was not biased in any way. And with Daniel, you can guarantee that he always gives an honest review of everything. So there it is. Check it out on the page below. And that is it. We are at the end of this week's review show. So what I would like to say now is the winner from last week's show. The winner from last week's show... I've got to stop doing that. Appears on screen or in the Show More section now. If you're on a mobile, this might not show up here. The words might not show up, but if you're on a desktop, they might well do. But otherwise, just go into the Show More section and the winner to last week's competition is in there. Now, next week, we're going to have a special review show, hopefully coming from Mines. We're going to Mines in Newcastle. We are dead excited. We cannot wait. So no doubt we'll see some of you guys in Mines. If you're going... leave a message down below, get in touch with us. We look forward to seeing you there, both myself and Daniel. Vinny can't make it this week, but he's going to make it to the next convention. So, without further ado, thank you very much for watching again, the Magic World Review Show. Please do click subscribe, because that helps keep us going, and it also helps you keep in touch with the newest reviews that we bring out on a weekly basis. So if you've not yet subscribed, please click that subscribe button. It keeps us going, it helps the show, and it will keep you notified of all the latest trick reviews that come out. Some which we don't even sell on our site, so that just proves that we're not here for the sales, we're here just to help you learn the tricks. And also thank you for everyone last week who left a comment on how we should move forward with Magic World. It was really, really good to read everyone's comments, and we are now taking them all into consideration and working out how to move forward with Magic World. But thank you all for your custom, for your support, and for subscribing on our page. Have a great day. I'm not going to say ciao for now this evening. I'm just going to say goodbye. See you soon. We spend no expense here at Magic World. None whatsoever. Yes, it's working. Boom. Ah.